we've seen the headlines, we all have, and we scratch our heads. Celebrity millionaire files for bankruptcy. Wow. Here to show us what we can learn from these celebrities and the mistakes that they have made and how we can actually live a life of luxury, no matter what your income is, and there's only one man that can answer that question. It's our consumer debt expert.
That's only one of me.
Harvey Warren is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me again.
Can you give us some examples of some of the celebrities that have gone through this that we just go, really?
Well, we've all heard about MC Hammer.
Yeah.
And we know Nick Cage had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But there's some really surprising ones. Walt Disney went through 5 rounds of bankruptcy. Yeah.
While he was trying to get his company.
Yeah, Milton Hershey.
Hershey chocolate?
Yeah, the Hershey chocolate people. Abraham Lincoln went through a series of bankruptcies.
Really?
Really. So there are personal bankruptcies that happen because people get off track in their personal lives, and then there's people like Disney who was trying to build an empire.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of a thing. We're talking about someone like Mike Tyson who makes $300 million and then goes bankrupt. How'd that happen?
How did that happen?
Exactly.
How does that happen?
The 5150, I guess.
Thanks to Clay, yeah. You spend $301 million and you're bankrupt. And you become disconnected from the cost of your plane and your entourage and all the stuff that goes with it.
You become disconnected, so you're not staying on top of like your accountants or looking at what your bank account is, where your money is going, and then
just like normal people.
Just like normal people.
Well, I will say I once had a conversation with Jennifer Lopez about this, and
really?
She said, and not that she was bankrupt or anything like that, but we were talking about the money, and she said, after a while, you really don't know who's handling. She has so many things and businesses going on. Just to keep an eye on who's doing the job for her is a job in itself, to make sure that they're not stealing or I'm not accusing anybody of doing that, but it's happened where they take money and you're like, wow, I had no idea they were embezzling or doing something. And it's a whole different sort of rich people's problem scenario, but how does this relate to us?
Well, look, I mean, you're seeing all those commercials about how to plan for your retirement. When you look at a celebrity who has a big earning, like an NFL player, sports figures all the time have this problem. They have 10, 15 years of very high income, and they've got 45 years of retirement. That's a long time. So what seems like a ton of money right now turns out not to be a ton of money when the agents and managers are all done with it. That's the problem.
And the lifestyle that you live, like the cars, the mansions, the planes and all that, and you don't see beyond?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit how to do that for a day or two, but when you do it every day, it ends up badly.
Okay.
I know super agent Lee Steinberg did that a lot with his athletes when he would get them. He would make sure that they had some sort of financial planning set aside and also do commitment to charitable work as well. All right, so tips for us on how we can shop like celebrities and go down that road?
Well, there's always the bricks and mortar stuff. There's the Nordstrom Rack and Marshalls where you can get great bargains. You can find an Armani watch for $300 for $125 there. Those are the really, good spots for, discount shopping. And when you have an idea about a spending plan rather than a budget, this is when people kind of get off track. If you go into a store with a clear idea of what you want to spend, then you find yourself not getting in trouble. When people go in like a rock star and they've got that plastic in their pocket and they go, gee, let's just have whatever we need, that's when it gets to be a problem. It's just like a rock star.
Well, if we wanted to live, let's say, for a day or vicariously through a star, how can we do that? Can you get into a home or rent a car? Or
you can travel like a rock star. You can, rewards are there for people, ordinary people. I've been to Europe 5 times on points. You've been to Europe 5 times on points.
Really?
Yeah, and there's lots of really wonderful sites where you can, find terrific travel bargains. Vacations.com is one of them.
Sure.
What can we find on vacations.com?
A cruise for 80% off.
Wow.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
The boat's going to sail. And if the boat's room is empty, it's not like they can sell it next week. It's gone.
Right.
So they have some pretty good deals on that. We have vacation packages. There's a place called HomeAway.com, which is another wonderful site, which offers residences. I was looking at one in Rome last night. It looked fabulous, and it was.
I'll go with you.
Should
we go?
Well, I picked up lunch. You might as well come to Rome with me.
I have a friend who every year goes to Paris, and they rent an apartment there, and she lives for 2 weeks like the Parisians do, the bakeries, and but they rent it for a very affordable price, which shocks me, and it's a beautiful apartment.
And in these scenarios at those websites, these are places that celebrities stay, so you're likely to find someone in your building. Oh, I saw that guy on TV. Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe you guys.
All right.
Do you have any cautionary advice for us as we try to live like a celebrity?
Yeah, just don't do it every day.
Don't do it every day?
Yeah, there's an old expression in Hollywood, spend the fame, save your money.
Well, what if I want to rent a Ferrari?
Well, you can rent a Ferrari. There's a website called locatemyluxurycar.com, locatemyluxurycar.com.
Really?
And you can pick up a Lamborghini. The trick is not to do it every single day.
Yeah.
That's when you get in trouble.
Yeah, they do. And you see the celebrity lifestyle and the way they hang out, and you just go, wow, every single day, that is a lot. I know, you read stories about MC Hammer and the entourage that traveled with him and things like that. I traveled just me and the kids.
In the
minivan.
Yeah, in the minivan.
You know?
Yeah.
They needed a spending plan just like we do.
Do they have minivan to go or whatever it is, .com?
I'm sure they do.
You can rent that nice...
It hurts.
So the lesson is to be careful. Be careful.
But good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Very much.
Thank you.
For more information about this and Harvey's tips, you can visit our Home and Family Facebook page. And you can also get some financial tools by visiting harveywarren.com.